Right, welcome to this week's vlog. Right, so today's reading Dippit is that it takes about 475 hours to write a novel book. Right? Isn't that interesting? I think so. Right? So, as you may see, over there, I have all the books I've read this month in October, except for If I Stay, because I've already donated that book to the bookstore. And then over here, you can see my November TBR, because that is the Percy Jackson series, because I need to get that done, or I would prefer to read that series before the TV show comes out in December. So, you know, and it's one of those things that I'm on average reading about 5 books a month, which is pretty cool. So with that, and there's 5 books to the Percy Jackson series. But I also have my Book of the Month book, as well as Iron Flame. And I got an update because I pre-ordered Iron Flame. That should be here next Tuesday, which is perfect, right? But so I can start that then. But talking about Book of the Month, right? Sterling House. I started reading it. I've about 75 pages left, so I read a lot yesterday. I mean, I didn't finish the book, which is fine, right? But I did read some, and it's just quite interesting about, you know, the history of this house and how it kind of chooses people, and how Opal's brother is now getting involved, and I don't know, it's very gripping. I had to stop reading last night because I just wasn't able to focus, and so I was like, yeah, you know, let's just turn our brains off and watch, you know, turn them to mush more and watch some TV. And then, as I was saying, that here is the scarf that I have, or I've started to make, right, that for the, that's going to match, like, the mitts and the hat that I have, and I only have this much yarn left, so however long it takes, or however long it's going to be, all depends on how much yarn I've left, right, which is like completely fine with me. But there's just a crafting update. That's the majority of what I did yesterday, but you know, my wrist kind of hurts now from doing it all, so I had to take a break from that. So that's just kind of my update, right? And yeah, so we got the books that I've read, the books I'm going to read, the crafted books I've currently read, which I think is so super great, strong way to start off this week's vlog, I think. Right? And yeah, and I also started looking at movies like The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes comes out this month, as well as there's another movie that comes out this month, which I'm super excited to see, right? Because I know that Wonka comes out next month, and Dune Part 2 comes out in March, which means that I have to have Dune read by then, right? Which will be fine, because I hopefully will be able to read it before then, because it's quite a, well, I've heard it's really dry and very much world building, the first book. But we'll see. We'll see, right? But anyways, that's about it. Right, I hope everybody has a great day, right? And it's a perfect day to read because it's all rainy and gloomy outside. So, yeah, but you know, we gotta stay positive. We gotta be cool, right? I will try to get Sterling House done today, so therefore I can start the Percy Jackson series tomorrow. You know, but we have to see, right? Just because, you know, working a few jobs, sometimes timing gets away from you, right? But anyways, no excuses. Gotta keep reading. Gotta do what your heart desires. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you have a great day. Alright, bye! Alright, good morning everybody. And today's reading Dippit is of the year 2019. There are almost 130 books in the entire world. Woohoo! Yes! Oh my gosh. Alright, so, as you may see, I have now officially finished Sterling House. I finished it last night. It was really good. I feel like she took a lot of inspiration from the TV show Stranger Things, right? But the house in itself is it's definitely a character in this book, right? I thought it was really well written. It was really done. I like how the story that Eleanor wrote, like the underworld is based on you know, there is some, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is some logic behind it, and that you get to see or hear the story of a Starling House told by a few different perspectives, and just even from the main character's point of view, and that, you know, no one was hurt, and just how the house was no longer it just no longer attacked the town, or the townspeople of Eden no longer needed to do anything about it, or not do anything about it, just no longer needed to worry, right? And so, that being said, I have now officially read 5 books in the month of October. You know, you gotta do like your monthly wrap-ups, right? And so, oh my gosh, why is this so hard? Alright. So, I have read, in October, I've read Starling House by Alex E. Harlow. I don't have the physical book, right? But I did read If I Stay by Gail Forman, right? Do Androids Sleep of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. Cinder by Marissa Mayer. And of course, the highly anticipated Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Woohoo! Yes! And that this book will be, or Iron Flame is coming next week. Yay! Yes, you know, you do want to bow for that. So 5 books in total, which is pretty good. You know, that is a book a week. And you can't really complain, right? And there's nothing bad or wrong about this, right? So I was thinking, as a nice little palate cleanser, let's say, after reading that, is I'm going to read this YA book. We're just going to see if it's any good. Addie Bell's Shortcut to Growing Up. This is a library withdrawal that I picked up at the book sale. I mean, I was thinking about it, and I should probably, if I really wanted a palate cleanser, I should be reading like Matilda or Harriet the Spy, one of the ones that I have, but after I'm done this book, I am going to be reading the Percy Jackson series, so that is kind of, and so I guess I'm going to be reading this book. My reading plans for November is to finish off Addie Bell's Shortcut to Growing Up, Iron Flame, and my book of the month pick, as well as many Percy Jackson books as I can. And I was looking at the book of the month website, and I'm probably going to get two this year, or not this year, this month, because one of the books that I could have chose for October has now become really popular, and it sounds really interesting, so I might just get that one instead. Yeah, so anyways, that's just kind of it, my kind of reading plans for November, and, you know, I'm just super excited, it's going to be super fun, right? Yeah, so, and I think, like, my plans for the 2 stacks of books over there is that, so if I move this, and then, kind of, right, I think I've done some thinking, and I'm not so, hard on myself if I for getting rid of them, just because I know that I am going to be reading the Percy Jackson series, but I know that most of them, or some of them, are going to be going away, right? So, or as Christmas gifts, so, you know, there's always that, right? But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys have a great day. This is it for me, hopefully, yeah. But anyways, everything and everyone deserves, like, a thumbs up. Hopefully everybody has a great Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. And yeah, we'll see you with another catch up. Or, yeah, alright. Bye! Alright, so today's reading Dippit is that the largest book in the world is 5 meters by 8.06 meters, which is pretty large, right? So, yesterday because it was Halloween. I did not actually get any reading done. It was like completely busy. I wasn't able to read on my lunch or anything. And so, yeah, right. But the update to that is that originally I was going to read Addie Bell's Shortcut to Growing Up, but now because I was able to watch a YouTuber and so a second YouTuber that I've watched this week have both read The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry by Gabrielle Zevin. I picked up this book I think 2 weeks ago at the bookstore just because like I wanted it, and then I was like, well, if two of my YouTubers have watched or read it in this same week, and then maybe I should read it too, right? Because maybe I'll like it. It's only like 250-ish pages. It's by Gabrielle Zevin, and she wrote Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, which was actually like a really good book, right? Like I would highly suggest reading that. Like I still remember everything that happened in that book, right? So and I believe that was like a book, like a birthday book that I got, right? So there's that. So I am going to read this, and apparently I was also told that it's a movie, right? So of course, after I'm done reading this book, I have to read it. And it's great. What I like about it is even though I picked it up at a used bookstore, it looks like absolutely brand spanking new, right? And I was thinking that, like, because the last two books I've read, like Starling House and Fourth Wing, have all been like brand new books to me, that like just the smell of like a new book is just ridiculous, right? I love it. And if they could just capture that smell and just sell it, like, oh my gosh, like that, like we'll just sell the scent versus like always have to buy new books. That'd be wonderful, right? So because of that, I am going to read The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. And so also in this last book vlog that I watched of Haley Pam, was that she suggested like this one book kind of forget what it's called now, but I know that the one location of the library, it still has it on like its 7-day rental, and I'm there tomorrow night. So I mean, if I'm able to read 250 pages between now and tomorrow night, or even like Friday, I may just pick that up, right? And but apparently the book is narrated by Meryl Streep, and that it's kind of like better to be heard by Meryl Streep because I guess it's the kind of story that you would think of when you think Meryl Streep. So there's that, right? And I've kind of like planned out my November vlogs, I guess, in a way. And where it's kind of like in November, I have like 10 books to read because I got The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, the 5 books of the Percy Jackson series, and I got 2 Book of the Month books this month as well, and Iron Flame, right? So that's 9. But then if I get this book at the library tomorrow, then that means that's 10 books, right? Am I able to get 5 books read in 1 month? No, statistics have shown that I can only do 5, right? But I mean, one can hope, right? And that the Percy Jackson show doesn't start until the end of December, so there's that, right? One can always hope, one can always, like, whatever, right? But anyways, that's just kind of like where I'm at right now, what I'm going to be reading, and if I finish reading The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry and I actually like the book, I will be keeping it because it is in most prime condition, and and that's just how it's going to work, and I like that, right? And yeah, so anyways, that is just kind of it, right? I'm loving life. Oh yeah, and of course, because it's Canada, in most classic fashion, right? Last night it snowed. Right? We got our first snowfall here on October 31st. Now, I don't really remember like it snowing on Halloween a lot as a child when I went trick-or-treating. I just remember it being like kind of like tempered or like fine. I mean, yeah, like some Halloweens it was cold, but for the most part, I feel that it was like good weather. You could just like wear your costume out. But the more I grow up, or like every year, I feel like it just keeps getting colder and colder and colder, right? And actually, we do have a snowfall warning right now, so that kind of makes it kind of hilarious right? That we have like the snowfall warning, and that it snowed last night, right? It was just a light dusting, but apparently we could get up to 15 centimeters, which is kind of scary, right? But what are you gonna do, right? I don't control the weather. I just deal with it, right? But anyways, that is that. Hopefully everybody has a great and wonderful day, right? We'll catch you all later. All right, bye. All right, so today's reading Dippit is that the world's longest audiobook is the 50 lectures. Ooh, very exciting stuff. All right, so I didn't get a chance to read last night or yesterday. Things just got away from me, right? But I did get a chance to like wear my new gloves which I made, which is like super fantastic, right? So when I was wearing them, I realized that the flipper part that I had made wasn't really stitched on as well as what I had hoped it would be. So I ended up stitching it on like a little bit more, so therefore it's going to be a little bit better now, which is great, right? So I really can't complain about that. And then I realized that the thumb on this one was like coming apart, so I stitched it up, and as you can tell I had to use like a different color yarn because I want enough yarn of this for the scarf as I could, and I didn't know how much I needed, so I just used like, and I thought it wouldn't look this bad as it does now, or so it sticks out like a sore thumb, which, you know, it's alright, and it's going to allow people to see like the flaws of this mitten a little bit more. But oh well, you know what, it tells a story, and the story is that I made them, which is like all that you need to know, right? So I stitched those up, and you know, and I wasn't, you know, trying to prevent like a cold from coming on, so there's that as well, and it's just, you know, but whatever, stop making excuses, right? But I am really looking forward to the Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, which I think will be quite amazing and everything like that. And I don't know if I was telling you guys yesterday that I made a list of like all of the books that I would like to read in November. There's like 9 of them, right? And like half of them, of course, are the Percy Jackson ones, right? But no, we're just gonna see how it goes. I am probably not going to borrow a book from the library, but we'll see when we get there. I mean, the last thing I need is like another book to read, right? But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Right, my plan is to definitely start reading The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and we'll go from there, right? And yeah, and so as I keep looking at like my tower of books over here, all I can see as my eyes keep drifting towards like the magnificent Esme Wells, and how I want to kind of read that, right? Well, I kind of really do, and I eventually will have to read it because. Alright, and I think I picked it up because of the name Esme. I'm always so torn with it. Is it a good name? Is it a bad name? What do you guys think of the name? I think it's a nice, like, pretty, it's an old-fashioned names are really coming back hard, I feel like, right now, with, like, a bunch of kids. So, like, I think that, Esme is, like, one of those, like, old-fashioned names that is, coming back, right? And, I think would, like, sound very nice, right? But anyways, that's just kind of it, what I've been going on, right? My plan is to read, go work at the library, and yeah, that's just kind of my jam right now, right? Anyways, that being said, I hope every day is bright. That's another thing, is that daylight savings time's on Sunday, and I just can't wait for it to happen, because it is dark outside these days, right? And I kind of don't like it, right? I guess like I've just gotten so used to it being like bright and sunny out when I get up that it being dark isn't so nice. But I don't know. We'll take it from there. I'm liking life, right? Alright, thumbs up. Have a great day. We'll catch you out later. Bye. Alright, so today's reading Dippit is at the thickest published book. It has a width of 12.67 inches. Alright, so that being said, I've read the first couple chapters of the Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and it's like super cute. And I think that what I like about it is that this guy, he's got some sass, right? A lot of sass. Right, which I think is ridiculous, right? But it's going to be great, and you know, it's about a guy in a bookstore, and it kind of just reminds me because the last book that I read that was about a bookstore was The Confessions of like a Bookseller or something like that, and that book was written just like purely in like journal entries and emails, and it was just, that one was quite humorous just because of the things that she would say, but like just especially in writing. So I feel like that, like, because I don't know, the only similarity is that they both work in a bookstore, right? Or they both own and work in a bookstore. So, but anyways, I digress. I think that's amazing. I think that I don't know, that's just pretty much it. Right? That, so first couple chapters are really riveting. I've into the book, right? And that I didn't end up picking up any books in the library just because I kind of knew that this month would be kind of busy. Like November and December are going to be busy with reading, you know, the book of the month books and Percy Jackson, as well as that some of the books that I have on my big piles over here are going to be given away as books, and so I think I want to read them before I give them away, right? Or some of them. So which means that I need to actually read them before giving them away, or I would prefer to, right? So that's just kind of that idea. What else? That's just kind of it. Right? I mean, I'm happy that it's Friday, that I get to relax a little bit, and that I'm kind of somewhat excited that, you know, that it's daylight savings time, because it just means that starting on Monday, or really Sunday, about this time in the morning, it's not still going to be dawning out. It's going to be light. It's going to make filming much better, right? But it also means that by the time I get home, right, at the end of the day, it's going to be dark. And that's just going to be sad. There's going to be no more daylight left, right? But at the end of the day, I kind of wish and I hope that they get rid of daylight savings time, and that in, I don't know, whenever it is, in like March or April, that will be like the end of daylight savings time. It'll stay that time, so that way it'll always be this time, or this late at this time of the year always, I guess, right? But I think daylight savings time will always be a thing. I know, you always hear that that will, like, every year I feel like this might be the last time, this might be the last time, but who knows? Who knows for sure? Does it really matter? No, right? It is just something that happens and that we need to be prepared for, and yeah. But anyways, I'm just super excited. I'm super happy that I'm here. I'm happy that you guys get to join me here. And yeah, and I really hope that we can all have a great, wonderful day, and that we can just, you know, be happy and enjoy our lives and have a great, stress-free day, and realize that, oh man, always have a thumbs up kind of day and have a great and wonderful one. Alright, that's kind of it for me. Have yourselves a great and wonderful day. See y'all later. Alright, bye. Alright, hello and good afternoon, everybody. As you can see, I got a little bit of a book haul. So I got The Last House, or The Last House Guest, and Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda, and The Henna Artist and the Secret Keeper of Jaipur by Alka Joshi. As you may remember, I unhauled The Secret Keeper of Jaipur because it was the second one in the series, and you know, there's no point in keeping the second one when we don't have the first one. Well, as you can see, the bookstore had one, so I had to rebuy the second one, but I got these two. But because I got rid of these two, that means I now need to get rid of, or so I got 4 books, so I need to get rid of 4. And if you look at my thing here, it has gone down some because I have gotten rid of some books for Christmas, or as Christmas gifts, because yes, it is November 4th and I've officially, I have gotten to all my Christmas shopping done. So the only thing I really need to do is if somebody ends up coming, or like somebody unexpected and they need something, like I can just whip them up something super quick, and that's what I'll get. So because I'm bringing 4 in, I need to get rid of 4, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of these 3 because right, the Riviera House, Addie Bell's Shortcut to Growing Up, and The Hate You Give, because I don't really think I'm going to actually read any of them. I mean, maybe The Hate You Give, I don't know, but I keep, my body is just like, get rid of it, right? So I'll read it once, maybe, and that's it. But these 2 for sure, I think I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to donate them back to the library's bookstore. And the Carve the Mark, right, and the little bookshop, as much as I want to read them, I'm not too sure. I didn't actually get any reading done last night because I was just so tired from like the work day and everything like that, that I really just, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling really anything, you know. And so what I did instead, right, was I knitted more of my scarf. That's honestly all I could do, right? And so now I'm officially have 1 ball of this color yarn left, which means I'll have more than enough yarn to finish that off. Now I'm just kind of like, do I want to get rid of this? Job exchange. I don't know. I feel like I still want to read this. Oh my gosh. But you know what? These 2 for sure I'm going to get rid of. And yeah, maybe The Secret Orphan. Don't know. I just don't know. Right? Like the Alice Network. Like, I don't know if I'm actually going to read any of these. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I should just unhaul them because I can just always get them back from the bookstore whenever I see fit. Like, you know what I mean? Right. I just got too much on the go. Right? And a part of me wants to get rid of like the Bride Thor book because am I really going to read it? Like, you know, like yes, like oh my gosh, it's like stuck. It's stuck there. Do not wanna. Near Dark. What was Near Dark about again? So Near Dark is about the world's largest bounty has just been placed in America's top spy. His only hope of survival is to outwit, outrun, and outlast his enemies long enough to get the truth. But this Scott Harvath to accomplish his most dangerous mission ever. He is one already claimed. So including his new wife, he needs to help knowing he can trust Hobart finds unlikely ally in a region intelligent operative. Just as smart as the deadly and just as determined as she is the skills, but the broken, troubled past of Harvath's own. Ooh. I don't know, it is a thriller, so I probably will like it. Right? Maybe I'll keep these for a little bit longer. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, because I know that the library, it is going to have like a little bit of a $25 or $20 gift certificate to the bookstore for Christmas, like they do every Christmas there, so I can always buy back some of these books. But I think for right now, so much because of that, I know I will buy back The Hate You Give, because I actually, you know what, I just can't get rid of it. But you know, maybe this one too. But you know what? 4 books. That's all I needed, right? Because you bring in 4 books, you have to give away 4 books, you know. I think that's a good compromise, right? At least for right now, right? Yeah. All right, which means that these 4 can go there. Bam. I'm liking it. Yeah, I guess so. So I guess that because of this, I know that The Hate You Give and One Day in December will be the kind of like my Christmas books, or books I read in December in addition. So maybe I should have these 2 out in front, just like sitting there, so that way I know. Yeah, well, maybe I should just move these away because I know they're now being unhauled, right? So that way, move these things over this way, right? Will that look good? Yeah? I don't know. You know what? No. I'm just gonna leave them right there. Because gotta read Percy Jackson as the show comes out in December. So, yeah. Hey. I'm liking that just because that way it's not so in your face. But anyways, that's just kind of my thing, what I'm doing on. I do plan to, now that I'm home for the day and I got some stuff to do, or I just gotta do a few more things, and then I could just watch a little bit of TV, knit some, right, eat, and then move on with my day. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just read the book in which I am reading. I forget what it's called. You're right. The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna start off my day. Thumbs up. Hopefully everybody has had a great and wonderful day. I've had a very productive day with, doing all my Christmas shopping and unhauling and bringing in some books. Yay, go me. Woohoo. We do productive Saturdays. Yes. And at the bookstore where we inventoried last week, but like this week we're getting everything done, everything scanned in. It's just the routines of getting everything out done. But anyways, can't complain, enjoying life, loving life, right? But yeah, cool. Alright, well, if I have any reading updates, I'll let you all know later. Alright, bye! Alright, well, good morning everybody, and today's daily Dippit, or reading Dippit, is that Victor Hugo wrote the longest sentence ever printed in the novel Les Miserables. Right? Just in case you were all wondering, now you know. Okay, so last night I sat down to read a couple of chapters of the Storied Life of A.J. Fikry, and guess what? I finished the book. I basically read it in like one sitting, right? It was a great evening. The book was better than what I thought it was going to be. Of course, just like and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, there was a bit of sadness to it. And I've also found out that this book is a movie, so I plan to watch that movie later on today, right? But oh my gosh, it is such a good book. Right, I would highly recommend it. It was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I just liked how, just like human triumph, how like something could be dumped on you, we could consider changing or getting rid of it, but you just go with it, right? And I just like how it was just take place in a bookstore, and it has given me the inspiration to read The Little Bookshop on the Scene. Right? Now, I don't know what book I'm going to read next. Well, I should say The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. Like, the pages aren't that bright and there isn't a lot of, like, writing on it, so it was a very quick read. It wasn't, like, it's kind of like in this book, right? There's, like, twice as much writing on the page. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, this one is probably, like 150 pages longer than that one, so I don't know what I'm going to read next, right? But I do know that what I should do is, what should I do? So I should probably start reading the Percy Jackson series, but I don't want to. Simply just don't want to. Like, I don't even know. You know what? Like, this is like a good option for me to be reading it, just to try it to see if I like it, you know? Because it's the whole bookstore theme. I could read this, right? Like, the point is like, I don't want to get too far into a book just because, like, I know, like, on Tuesday that Iron Flame is coming, and I'll know that whatever no matter how much into a book, like, I'll just be dropping it to read Iron Flame because it's Iron Flame. You know what I mean? I wish that, like, I'm not going to, but in a way, I kind of wish that I could read, Fourth Wing again, just to prepare for it to coming out on Tuesday, but I know I wouldn't be able to finish that on Tuesday, right? But, you know, just choices, decisions, because I feel like when I read Fourth Wing, just like a lot of books lately, just because I've been reading so much, like, I'm not really reading them, and I'm not picking up as much as I necessarily should or could or would from the story, so that's kind of part of it as well. But you know what, I just need to, like, you know, take a break from reading right now, or just talking, and get into editing and doing some other things with my life, you know, the good old things, right? And yeah, so I guess I might start the little bookshop on the scene right now, or today at some point, or yeah, let's just go with that, right? But we'll see you all in next week's vlog. Hopefully everybody's having a thumbs up day, enjoying the sunlight while it's still here, beautiful weather outside, and we'll catch y'all later. All right, see you next time. Whatnots. All right, bye.